This is KGW News at 11.
And we begin tonight with extra police officers patrolling Portland streets. They're stepping up security following a major shooting in downtown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Falkers. The shooting happened early this morning, leaving one person dead and at least 6 others hurt. Christelle Kumwe spoke with some of the witnesses.
It feels really pretty sad, you know what I mean, that it's happening right next to us. You know, we hear the shooting and it's pretty scary.
Filiberto Saldana owns Mexican food cart La Piñata Tacos downtown on Southwest 3rd Avenue. They were serving food around 2 early Saturday morning when shots rang out.
We just hear the shooting and we didn't even have time to realize. We're like, is that shooting or what it is? And next thing we know, just people running around.
Filiberto says he stepped out of the cart and saw several people shot.
I thought it was just one guy got shot. And the next thing we know, it was like 4 or something.
And then I'm seeing people scramble and go in different directions. So I guess, you know, my brain's still trying to catch up with what's going on.
We talked to a pair of friends who were there Saturday visiting Portland from out of town. They didn't want to be on camera, but say they were getting something to eat at one of the food carts and at first thought the gunshots were firecrackers.
But as I was turning around, I saw a guy with a gunshot in his knee. He was all bloody from his left knee onwards.
Police say 7 people were shot downtown. An 18-year-old woman died from her injuries. But that wasn't the only deadly shooting Saturday. Police responded to 4 shootings in the span of 4 hours. One in the Park Rose neighborhood just before 6:30 a.m. was deadly. A man was shot and killed.
It's sobering to see all the gun violence that we've been experiencing here in Portland. 2 homicides from this morning are expected to be our 50th and 51st homicides of the year. Most of those have been connected to gunfire.
Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle and Mayor Ted Wheeler addressed the deadly shooting Saturday afternoon.
It's pretty obvious from where I sit that this particular moment, we do not have the adequate resources deployed on our streets.
Mayor Wheeler said he would fight for additional resources for the police bureau, but praised the enhanced community safety team, an investigative unit formed to curb historic shootings and homicides after the gun violence reduction team was dissolved.
It takes the best elements of GVRT, but also the accountability and transparency aspects that didn't exist previously.
Back downtown, Filiberto is shaken by what he witnessed.
You know, I wish I can run somewhere where it's really 100% safe, which is, you know, there's no place like that.
Homicide detectives are investigating the shooting and ask for anyone with information to step forward. Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.
Turning to Oregon's wildfire situation, the bootleg fire in the southern part of the state has grown to 290,000 acres. More than 2,000 fire personnel are working to get it under control in Klamath and Lake counties. They're even working miles ahead of the flames, cutting back dry trees and brush to create fire lines. That can also be dangerous work.
It's hard with the saws. They're getting hot. There's a pretty big fire risk with the saws. If they hit a rock, we can cause a lot of sparks. Then there's a fire on top of that, so it's trying to mitigate all those hazards.
Along the way, crews have also saved livestock lost or left behind in evacuations, like this goat that was found hiding under a house. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri joins us now looking at the conditions that firefighters are facing. It has been just a tough wildfire season already, Joe.
It really has, and the scary part is that we haven't even reached the peak heat of summer. That doesn't happen until about August 8th or so. Still a few weeks out until we really start to see the summer heat move through. But this is what crews are going to be running into tomorrow and over the next couple of days. So it's going to be staying sunny and hot. Highs will be anywhere from the upper 80s to maybe a few spots getting close to the mid 90s. And that's kind of where they've been dealing with in terms of temperatures the last 8 days or so. Winds will be relatively light, but what we have been telling you over the last couple of days with this fire, it's grown so intense and so hot, it actually creates its own weather pattern. So yeah, we say the winds are being forecasted as relatively light, but they could still be picking up at a moment's notice. And then thunderstorms possible move in by Monday afternoon and into Tuesday as well. You can kind of see where the winds are going to be shifting. We're going to be seeing that onshore flow that's It's more that westerly flow, so we're not going to be impacted by any of the smoke over the next couple of days. But if you're spending any time in your Medford, Klamath Falls, where that fire is burning, you will definitely be seeing and smelling the smoke over the next couple of days. So as we put the futurecast into motion, all that smoke is just going to be sitting over parts of southern and eastern Oregon the next few days. That includes parts of Bend and Redmond. So if you might be doing some camping over the next couple of days throughout the central and maybe even the southern part of the Oregon Cascades, you'll definitely be seeing and noticing that smoke. Air quality right now, though, is relatively good down in southern Oregon, except over in Burns, where you're in under that unhealthy category. That's not going to be changing much over the next couple of days either. As we look at some of the watches and warnings, there's that fire weather warning that's still going to be in effect until tomorrow. There's a good chance it gets extended through parts of southern Oregon, and there's also the air quality warning that's in effect until tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. With all that smoke still in the upper levels of the atmosphere, Brittany, there's a chance that will get extended as well. I'll talk more about your Sunday forecast here locally in about 10 minutes from now.
All right, Joe, thank you. You know, we've talked about the challenges fire crews are facing, but the Boot Lake fire is also creating big problems for landowners. Rancher Michael Mustangi is responsible for 50,000 acres of land and hundreds of cows. Many of those animals are now scattered as he looks for survivors.
There is still hope. Every time I see live cattle, it lifts me up, and I think your efforts aren't in vain. This is not a fruitless endeavor. These girls have survived this apocalyptic Holocaust-looking event.
Mustangi has been working with fire crews for a week now. They combined firefighting power with his knowledge of the local land. Firefighters are now leaving the ranch, moving to the raging northeast edge of that fire. And for information on other fires happening in our region, you can just text the word wildfires to that number right there on your screen. It's 503-226-5088, and you'll get a direct link to the latest on KGW.com. New tonight, dozens of tow trucks drove together today for the Enough is Enough tow truck procession. Driver Patrick Sanford was shot and killed a month ago while he was on the job. Art Edwards tells us drivers want everyone to know that hate and anger are not acceptable.
Tow truck drivers gathered in Hillsborough for a procession to remember a fallen driver. 1 month ago today, tow truck driver Patrick Sanford was shot and killed at the Park Creek Village Apartments in Hillsborough.
It was a senseless way to go. And that gentleman was just doing his job. Just doing his job.
Sanford was moving vehicles from the lot for a maintenance project when a man came out and confronted him. Sanford was shot and killed. 42-year-old Matthew McAdoo has been charged with second-degree murder. Sanford's sister was at the truck procession. She felt it was important to be a part of the event.
We know how much this hurt, and we would like to really keep other people, anyone, from being hurt like this.
The trucks rolled out of the parking lot of the Regal Cinemas in Hillsborough and then made their way to Highway 26. From there, they drove to the Sylvan exit and then back to Hillsborough.
I think today is amazing. I think it's a wonderful statement about Patrick, the horrible thing that happened to Patrick, but it's a statement about how much tow company owners, tow drivers do.
The drivers want to remind everyone that they are first responders and they hope people will respect them.
Please, please, please slow down, move over, and try to be patient and kind. The hate and the anger is not going to solve anything.
Art Edwards, KGW News.